Yeah, so it's GBPUSD basically. So I'm on daily time frame. Understand? I'm on daily time frame now. So the bias for GBPUSD for this week basically is what I'm seeing. So for GU, I don't know how we all see chart differently, but right there I'm seeing, well, let's say three or two things basically. There is I can use it as my other block basically. We have FVG here. We also have FVG here. So basically for now I'm expecting market to do a retest to one of these sides. You understand? So I'm expecting market to do a retest to one of these sides basically. We grab. So now if I use like I usually use CRT for like my bias for the week, for the day, for the month or stuff like that. If you look at this, it hasn't even form finish, but I'm just using it as an example. It hasn't form finish here, but if this should close inside, like if it should close inside this CLT here, if you close inside if you close inside this candle here, if this should close inside this candle like this, you go inside the candle, so we're expecting another candle to like cover this here. You understand? We're expecting another candle to cover this here, which is basically like where we have an FVG. You understand? So it's basically like where we have an FVG here. Grab. So some like if you have an FVG here, you also have FVG here basically. But since I'm going with my rule, I'll be using this one here as my target. This one here as my target. So market might go higher to this point here, although, but this is my target here. It's my target. So if this is our target here, that means that if market will close, but basically, even if market is not close, I'll look for buy to that zone basically. You understand? So this is is the low basically. You understand? So now, like I said earlier, I said in the other video I did basically. You understand? So if you're on, I'll post that video today. That is on good. Like I said, I'm going to add another bias. So like I'll posting bias on gold and GU. You understand? So like I said earlier, if you're on excuse me. If you're on the monthly time frame, you understand, you execute on the daily time frame. If you're on the weekly time frame, you execute on the 4 hours. And if you're on the daily time frame, you execute on the 1 hour. But for me, I usually use exceptions for stuff like this one. If you go to the 1 hour time frame now, you may not see a perfect entry here. You understand? You may not see a perfect entry, but me now, I will want to use this side as my entry. But if you go down to let's say 30 minutes, for example, let's say there are exceptions that I usually use on myself. I don't know how you guys use, but I use exceptions for myself basically. I'll be using like where this line is basically. See where this line is here. Where this line is here. I was expecting market to retest that place. That's what I'll execute basically. Understand? That's what I'll execute basically. Like I usually give exceptions for my entry though. Yeah, I usually give exceptions if I don't see my entry row. That's it. There are exceptions. But you see, you have to wait till market open basically though. So I'll be targeting this. I'll be targeting this here. I'll be targeting this place here. I'll be targeting there. I'll be targeting here for my TP. So basically, we'll be having stuff like this. But I'll be posting, if I see a better clear view, I'll post to, we're supposed to be having our entry around this place here. But basically, we don't know how market is going to open though. But our TP will be around here. This should also be below here. So we should have something like this. Is like for you, if you go to a smaller time frame, like 15 or 5 minutes now, it's still the same thing. So this is what we're having basically, sure. This is what we're having basically. That's for GU. This is what we're having on GU. So that's, I've made two already. I will upload them for you guys. So that's how I look for my entry. Then I also wanted to do AUD USD though, but how will I explain it? The AUD USD one is more or less like look for a better explanation to explain this. I'm coming, sorry, excuse me. Even the CRT that's processed already, but if you look at this AUD USD now, first of all, I check the zone area, and so basically it might be right and it might not, but let's do that for another day. But just a quick stuff. Here's the low, here's the high. So market hasn't taken the high yet, and what did I say? We are on weekly. You go back to here 4 hours to look for your entry bar. So if you go to 4 hours now, you see that this place here basically is supposed to be an FVG. This place here, this gap, will be our entry point. So we'll be entering a buy to the high here. So that's the one for AUD USD. I'm not explaining it because I didn't plan to explain AUD USD stuff here basically, but that gap there, this gap here will be our entry. So we'll be entering from here basically. This gap will be our entry. Just put yourself below then. Target this. So that will be like our entry. But if you go to small time frame, you still see some sales that will take you down to that side basically. But yeah, that's that's all for today. If you like, I post almost all my entries on my Telegram basically, so just check it if you are interested basically.